Hey there, welcome back to the Aligned Strength Podcast. I'm your host, Mandy Scow, and we are back for another year of podcast, first one of the year of 2026. And this episode is a little bit more personal, a little more reflective. I don't do many personal episodes, but today I'm sharing my personal training and nutrition goals for 2026. So, it's not a perfect plan by any means, but and it's not a coach telling you what you should do, but as a human, as myself, who has been in the fitness world for a long time and is choosing being aligned over extreme things. So we're hitting three main topics today. My goals for myself for this year for training, nutrition, and mindset. So take what you want from the episode. Maybe you can put this into your goals or add them to your goals for this coming year. So let's jump in. First, goals versus resolutions. I don't do resolutions. Talking about the difference between those two, as far as resolutions go, I don't like New Year's resolutions. I've never really had a New Year's resolution. They tend to sound bold and exciting in January, but then they fade. Resolutions are often built on pressure, guilt, or the idea that something about us needs to be fixed. And honestly, they don't stick, and that's why they don't stick. Resolutions are usually all or nothing. They're usually based on perfection. They're usually focused on what you're doing wrong. But flipping that to goals are different. Goals are flexible. Goals evolve. Goals meet you where you are, not where you think you should be. So when I set a goal, I'm asking myself, what supports my life right now? What feels sustainable? What helps me feel stronger, not smaller? What helps me feel stronger? Goals allow room for real life. They allow room for adjustments, and they allow room for grace. So I like to choose goals, and I'm choosing goals for 2026, not resolutions. And because I'm not trying to overhaul my life in 30 days, like a resolution, 30 days, January, all or nothing, and then you get burned out and you quit. So, but I'm building habits. Goals build habits that I want to carry with me for years. If you've struggled with resolutions in the past, maybe it's not you. Maybe it's the system that you're using. And it's okay to choose a different path and a different approach this year. Try changing up your system. So if you're big on the whole resolution thing, try changing that up and making goals instead. So setting goals a little bit differently too. In the past, goals may have looked or sounded like, let's train harder, let's push through, burn more calories, shrink yourself. But looking at it a little bit different this year. So this year, my goals they're not about punishment or proving anything. They're about supporting my body, honoring my energy, and staying strong for the long haul, for years ahead. At 43, I'm not interested in burnout. I'm interested in longevity, strength, and clarity. Physically, mentally, and spiritually, all around. At my age, I am looking for longevity, strength, and clarity. All right, first goals is training goals. So I have 4 training goals for 2026. Number 1 is to lift heavier this year with intention. Strength training is staying front and center for me. My goal for this year isn't to max out constantly. It's to lift heavier when it makes sense. It's to focus on proper form and control. It's to build real functional strength that supports my daily life. I want to build strength that protects my joints, supports my bones, helps me move confidently as I age. Strength isn't about muscles, it's about independence. So the number 1 was to lift heavier, but with intention. Number 2 for training is train smarter, not longer. More workouts don't equal better results. So this year, 2026, I'm committing to fewer junk workouts, more intentional sessions. Prioritizing recovery just as much as training as well, which means this means listening when my body says rest. So when my body says rest, I'm going to adjust my intensity instead of forcing it and letting recovery be part of my plan. So that was number 2, train smarter, not longer. Number 3, my goal is to add more mobility, stretching, and yoga into my routine throughout the whole year. This is a big one. I mean, I don't stretch enough. A lot of people don't stretch enough. Or mobility, meaning like slow movements, stretching type movements, or yoga. Strength training without mobility eventually catches up. And everybody knows as you get older, you start to feel it a lot more. So I'm each year putting more and more of this, of stretching, of yoga, mobility into my plan. It's not about becoming more flexible. It's about what this does is about moving better, recovering faster, and staying pain-free, giving my body space to breathe. Mobility and yoga are no longer going to be extras. They're going to be essential in my plan and part of staying strong. So that was number 3, adding more mobility, stretching, and yoga throughout the year. Number 4, keeping movement joyful, enjoying the movement. Movement should feel empowering and not like a chore. So I want to keep variety in my training and enjoy different group workouts. Moving my body because it feels good, not because I have to. Also, moving my body more in nature, more running outside, more hiking, more kayaking, more movement outdoors this year is on my goal list. So if movement feels heavy, I know it's time to reassess, not quit, but change it up. So number 4 again was to enjoy the movement you're doing. So if you feel like you're getting bored with it, it's feeling heavy, reassess it and change it up. All right, moving on to nutrition goals. I have 5 nutrition goals for 2026. So number one nutrition goal is protein is my number 1 priority. Especially since I'm wanting to lift heavier this year, protein is a huge focus. So this is my one main focus that I'm locking in, and that is protein. Protein matters because it preserves muscle as you age. Protein supports recovery and strength gains. Protein keeps me fuller longer. Protein stabilizes energy and blood sugar. Instead of asking, what can I cut out? So this is what's going in my brain, not saying, what can I cut out? I'm asking, where is my protein coming from? So in my meals that I'm eating, instead of thinking I shouldn't eat that, my first question is, where's my protein in this meal? That mindset shift alone changes everything. For me, it looks like protein at every meal, prioritizing protein before carbs and fats, eating in a way that supports my strength work that I'm doing. Especially as we get older, protein isn't optional, it's essential. And besides protein, I try and get as much protein as I can in real foods. When I can't, I revert to a Clean Simple Eats. So that's Clean Simple Eats is the protein and nutrition like supplements that we have at our gym, Fit for You. And then we have this, we have this in our home too. Our kids enjoy it, but they have so many different proteins. They have clear protein in a powder, which mixes with just water. It's amazing. One scoop of that is 20 grams of protein. And then regular protein powders that you can make in shakes or put in yogurt, put in pancakes, many different flavors. But then they also have protein in a can, and they have different types of that, but they have a protein soda in a can, which is amazing. So if it's that type of protein where it's not real food, we revert to Clean Simple Eats. And actually, in the show notes of this podcast, there will be a link that you can check out their website. That link will give you 10% off at checkout if you want to order from that. Otherwise, if you are in the Trempealeau area, we have a lot of Clean Simple Eats products in the gym, at the gym, that you can buy too. So, number one main priority with nutrition for me this year is my protein intake. Number two, fuel, not restrict. I'm done with the idea that eating less equals better results. So this year, my focus is eating enough to support my workouts, choosing whole, nourishing foods, letting food work with my body, not against it. Food is fuel. Food is information. Food is not the enemy. So number two, really using food to fuel, not restrict my body. Number three nutrition goal, drink more water daily and intentionally. It sounds simple, but it matters more than most people realize. And I am not good about drinking water. I need to drink way, way more water. So this year I'm going to be more intentional about my hydration, because hydration, it supports digestion, it improves energy levels, it helps with muscle recovery, it supports joints and mobility. There's so many times that I feel tired, sluggish, hungry, stiff, and what I've found is that I actually need more water. Need more water. I'm sure many people can relate. They don't drink enough water. And I'm not chasing a perfect number. I'm chasing just consistency. I'm not going to keep track of how many glasses of water I drink every day. I'm just going to keep a bottle of water with me at all times, and just looking at my water bottle, reminding me, just take a drink. Drinking water earlier in the day, hydrating before workouts, using hydration as a form of self-care. And there is actually one study as far as drinking water early in the day, that you should drink. This is for your cortisol levels, if your stress levels, anything. You're supposed to drink a glass of water every morning before you start drinking coffee, if you're a coffee drinker. So that I have been trying to focus on already in the past. But drinking water earlier in the day, hydrating before workouts, using hydration as a form of self-care. Water is foundational. And me getting that in my brain is, and treating it that way, treating it that water is foundational. Use it to benefit your body. So number 3 goal, drinking more water daily and drinking it more intentionally. Number 4 nutrition goal for me, simplicity over perfection. Nutrition doesn't need to be complicated to be effective. My goals include simple meals, consistent habits, flexible structure without rigid rules. Some days will be on point and some days won't, and that's okay. Again, consistency beats perfection every time. So planning meals, making meals are great and fun, but I'm telling myself to be simple with it. Instead of it being perfect, be simple instead of having the perfect meals. Number 5, nutrition goal is to honor how my body feels. I'm going to be paying more closer attention to my hunger cues, energy levels, and how food impacts my body. I've had a lot of food sensitivities. I have an allergy to wheat, which is why I've been gluten-free the past few years. And all of that, it's all about how my body feels. I've been a lot more in tune to what I eat and how it's making my body feel because I've had to. I've had to cut out other things. I've had to reset my gut. All of that in the past few years. So really listening to my hunger cues. If I'm extremely hungry, okay, looking at what did I have for protein so far today? That type of thing. My energy levels. So really paying attention and I have started this, but continuously moving on throughout this year on how food impacts my body and really being in tune to it. That means releasing guilt, adjusting when needed, and trusting my body more than like the trends. Like, you should be eating this. Trusting my body. My body knows. And not everybody's body is the same by any means. Food sits differently with everyone. So really listening to what your body is telling you. That was number 5. And then mindset. So our third section of the podcast for 2026 is the mindset that I'm carrying into this year. My mindset throughout the whole year. And mindset is usually the most important. So this year I'm letting go of I should be doing more. Taking out I should be doing more and replacing it with, does this feel aligned? Does this support my body? Does this fit my life right now? If it feels good, if it feels supportive, if it feels sustainable, then that is what I'm supposed to be doing. If my inner voice, my gut is telling me it's good, then that's what I'm supposed to be doing. My mindset, taking out I should be doing more, replacing it with those 3 things. Is it keeping me aligned? Is it supporting my body? Does it fit in my life right now? All right, takeaway from the episode. What I want you to take from this episode. You don't need extremes to make progress. You don't need punishment to be successful. You don't need someone else's plan to feel strong. Your goals get to evolve with you. Strength looks different at every stage, and that's okay. So take from this episode what fits you. Hopefully, some of my goals hit home for you and you can incorporate them into your goals for your year, 2026. And if this episode resonated with you, share it, tag me, share it with a friend who you think could benefit from it. And send it to someone who needs permission to slow down but still move forward. So thank you all for being here, for choosing alignment, for choosing your strength, and for listening to my goals. And hopefully you can make some of these your goals in this next year. Until next time, thanks everybody. Bye-bye. Hey y'all, the information shared in this podcast is for educational and motivational purposes only and is not intended to replace professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.